So good morning to everyone. My name is Stephanie Brunnmeier. I'm working in the International Cultural Policy Department in the Ministry of Culture in Austria. And on behalf of the Ministry, I would like to warmly welcome you to today's online workshop about funding possibilities for artists and cultural workers living in Austria. We are really happy that so many of you are here today. As some of you might know, this is the second workshop we are organizing for Ukrainian artists, and it is one part of many initiatives that the Ministry of Culture, in order to support displaced Ukrainian artists and cultural workers organized. After the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, it was clear for the ministry that we had to do something in order to help. So people of the ministry sat together with representatives of the Austrian art scene and the Austrian civil society and worked out several initiatives. One very important initiative was the founding of the platform Office Ukraine, support for Ukrainian artists. Many of you might know our offices in Vienna, Graz, and Innsbruck. Also today, there are some of them here, so Susanne and Veronica I've already seen. Office Ukraine does excellent work in connecting cultural workers from Ukraine with the Austrian art scene and help them with various issues like finding locations for exhibitions or helping them in applying for the ministry's funding. So hello to everyone from the offices. Moreover, we have established a special funding program for Ukrainian artists in Austria. Since the beginning of the program in 2022, the Ministry of Culture has awarded around 300 scholarships and project grants to Ukrainian artists and cultural institutions working with Ukrainian artists in Austria. And after around 1.5 years, on 30th of September, we had our last call of the special funding program. And in 2025, we plan to continue our help for Ukrainian artists. At the moment, a new program for next year is in preparation. And as soon as we have more details, you will find all the information on the ministry's website. However, it becomes clear that after more than 2 years of war, many Ukrainian artists decided to live permanently here in Austria and are therefore able to ask for regular funding from the Ministry of Culture. And presenting these possibilities of the Ministry of Culture's funding programs is the aim of today's workshop. So my colleague, Daria Tryachenko, a film director herself, put all the necessary information about funding possibilities for individual persons in all fields, film, literature, music, fine arts, and so on, in one presentation today. And believe me, this was not easy at all. So, but Daria did a good and a great job, and she will give you a very useful overview about the different funding possibilities. However, it is important to keep in mind that this is really only an overview. For detailed information, please contact the departments themselves because they are the experts in their fields. One important thing at the end, we will record this workshop in order to have the material for other people interested in today's subject. Therefore, we would like to ask you to write down all your questions and ask them at the very end of the workshop, of the presentation. This would help a lot. Thank you. So now I will leave the floor to Daria and wish us all an interesting workshop today. Thank you.
Thank you, Steffi. Let me introduce myself. My name is Daria Tryachenko. I'm first the practicant in the Ministry of Culture. The second, I'm the artist as well. And the third is that I'm Ukrainian who also was looking for the possibilities for the funding. So I'm absolutely on one boat with all of you. And I'm truly understand and believe that this this project and this presentation is very needed to everyone for understanding how it works. Because, be honest, this presentation and this workshop appears because of your questions and because you asked for it so much time, and we decided to help and to answer, to give an answer to all of you, and just to make sure that not only special fundings for Ukrainians could be helpful for Ukrainian artists, but also like basic and other programs from the ministry could help and could suggest and realize your projects and scholarships as well. So today we are planning to speak about funding opportunities from the Ministry of Culture for artists and cultural workers living in Austria. We only, as Steffi told, we are only making an overview about all the projects and possibilities from the Ministry of Culture, because there are quite a lot other opportunities, but today we are speaking only about BMKÖS. So keep in mind that all the information that will be presented here today is available and is actual on the website of BMKÖS. And all the links are here in the presentation. So after the workshop, we will send, like the previous time, send the presentation so you can click yourself and check all the projects that are available in the website, and then you can check all the information. So as far as the programs are, the amount of programs are a lot. We can't like say in details all the information. So later it's absolutely your work to check and to read more detailed information. Here are 30 people, and all of you are artists in different fields. Today we are going to speak about each department, but we with Steffi are not specialists in all the fields. We are making only the overview. Then if you have any other questions to direct department, we could advise to contact with the direct Abteilung department and to ask your questions. And believe me, this Ministry of Culture is very friendly, and they will give you an answer in any questions you need. That's why don't hesitate. Use this possibility. So let's start, I think. So today we have an overview about scholarships, projects, list of new documents, and online application. This time we decided to separate scholarships and projects, because not only personal, private people are wanted to apply for, but also people who can organize something, or people who want to realize a project, and that's why we separated the programs in two sections, to scholarships and projects. Then a list of needed documents, it's the average list, because sometimes if you are architecture or if you are a dancer or somebody, also you need something very special, and so here we presented it. Here we prepared the average list of needed documents. So be careful and be very patient if you applying for special funding. Check the documents yourself. And online application. As far as you applied the previous 2.5 years for Ukrainian Hilfe, and for Ukrainian special funding, you have sent all the documents by emails. Now, when this is maybe the most difference between these two programs, and programs for Ukrainian artists, that everyone should apply online. And then all the information I will say later. Let's go ahead. Here is our mind map and the roadmap of our presentation. So here is, if you see my hand, here is where we are, and then after each slide we will understand in which position we are now, and you understand how long it takes. So here is we start from the Bildende Kunst. This all the stipendium that exists. Then we will go to each department and go through each program. So let's start. Bildende Kunst, design, model, photography, and media kunst. Yeah, one more moment that I wanted to say, that all the programs which are in this presentation are auf Deutsch, in German, because the website is and all the programs are in German. That's why for you and for easier searching of these programs, we saved it in Deutsch, in German, sorry, in German. So then you can check it yourself and see exactly these programs. All the links are active, so you can then click when you have the presentation, click and see the website where you can find these programs. Staatsstipendium 24. So this, this is a basic thing that all the departments have. This Staatsstipendium and Staatsstipendium. Staatsstipendium, it's the programs for young artists, implementation of the artist project and entry in the Austrian international art scene. What means young? It doesn't mean that it is students. It means that young, like till 35 years old. And then you can work with the Staatsstipendium. You can work with being in the market. So they support artists to be recognized in the Austrian market, that we all are needed, yeah, even with our background. Staatsstipendium, Stipendium für Bildende Kunst, for photography, for media kunst. What it means? It means that Staatsstipendium and Startstipendium exist in Bildende Kunst, in in photography, in media kunst. So it's different, yeah. So it's separately, and when you're applying for each one. If you need only photography and don't need Bildende Kunst, or you don't need media kunst, and you just a photographer and you're applying for Staatsstipendium in photography. Funding of stays abroad for visual artists, photo artists, media artists in the federal studio abroad to realize a specific project. Tender. So what means tender? Each program has their own system of election, like choosing, yeah? Some of them has tenders, the other one has juries, the third one has another one, like option of selections. So when you are reading all the conditions of the programs, just be clear how it works. So, for example, there you will see in the website, Ziel, which means goals. Then you will see who can apply criterion, yeah, who can apply. Here we prepared all the programs that are possible for people who are living legally in Austria. So you have to have this document, like blue card, yeah, which allows you also to apply for this program. People who are not living in Austria and don't have this program, they can't apply for. Also, you can see in this criterium that it's for Österreichisch born, yeah, people who are citizens. Yeah, so don't be afraid. Here, exactly in this presentation, we choose all the programs where people who has permission, to work and to live in Austria could apply. And next is that people who privately, who like themselves could apply without verein, without any other specific documents. Therefore, when you going through the website, you could find another information, but this information will be about other projects where you need like extra or more documents that Ukrainians usually don't have yet. Förderung und Stipendium Mode. This program is for financing of fashion designers and labels, fashion shows, exhibitions, etc. This also, it doesn't mean that only for people who are have a business or so. They also can be private representatives who wants to make something or create. Excuse me, all the questions will be at the end. Just write down your questions in the chat. Ausland Atelier Stipendium. Promotion of artist work on larger projects for individual in different fields. Also, I tried to write down all the 20 scholarships of 18,000 each per year, 1,500 euro per month, 12 months. I tried to also to mention in this presentation the summaries because it's also quite different in different fields, in different summaries. So you can also check it on the website or go to link and to see how much money you can receive. You can get all the timetables and all the deadlines you can also find on the website because, for example, Startstipendium, they have their own deadlines. Förderung und Stipendium, they also have their own deadlines and etc. So just keep in mind and check the actual information. Scholarships in film. Go ahead. Startstipendium. As you see, there is a structure where you can see that Startstipendium is in any department. Every year, 6 startup scholarships for film art are awarded to young filmmakers. 6 months, 1,500 per month. So you also can make, for example, short movie, or you can you can start to make or to write movies and etc. Script, I mean, and etc. So there are 6 startup scholarships for film for young filmmakers. Arbeitsstipendium. Funding is available for the creation of a basic film concept that doesn't yet meet the requirements for submission for funding. 1 to a maximum of 3 months, maximum 1,500. This is like, for example, we had like for Ukrainians, we had scholarships like Arbeitsstipendium, so it's like it was 3 months for 1,500 euros per month. And this is a basic film concept, so it's like development for the movie. So also could apply. Then literature and Verlagswesen. This also projects scholarship that exist. Startstipendium for literature, promoting work on literature projects, prose, poetry, essays by young authors who have already published in literary magazines or have an independent publication. 15 scholarships of 9,000 euro each per year, 1,500 per month, 6 months. So it's also mentioned that it's till 35 years. So if you are not 35 years, you are a young author. so you can apply for it. Also, be very patient that if you are a single parent, you also could apply for extra money for help for childcare. So it's also 200 euros per month. So it's like in 6 months, it's 1,200 if you need if you're a single parent and you apply for the help. Also very, I think, useful, and yeah, just to keep in mind. Project stipendium, support for authors working on larger literature projects, prose, poetry, essays with at least 2 publications, or those over 35 working on their first or second book. 50 scholarships of 18,000 euro each per year, 1,500 per month, 12 months. So it's about larger projects. If we see, it's like Ministry of Culture, they are supporting to develop and then to give the opportunity to grow. And this is also about it, and about being in a larger literature projects. So just keep in mind as well that there are also an opportunity to apply for another scholarships in a bigger projects. Yeah, then next one. Robert Musil Stipendium, promotion work on a major literary project, prose, poetry, essays, 5 Langzeitstipendium, maximum 61.2 thousand euros, monthly 1,700. Also, there are special projects from different fields, and they're named by somebody. It's also a great opportunity, like yeah, I'd say a special opportunity. So when you are checking the official website, just also scrolling and look for new programs that appears, because which appear, because there are really a lot that appears in a short, for example, period of time, and they are not like total year, and they're like a special proposals that could also help you with your realization of your projects. Stipendium for dramatic, sorry for my pronunciation, dramatic promotion of playwrights, 10 scholarships of 9,000 euros each once a year, 1,500 euro per month, 6 months. So it's playwrights that, for example, I know a couple of Ukrainian artists who are exactly playwrights, and I think that they could really apply for this scholarship and realize their plays and their ideas to write the playwrights. Arbac stipendium. As you see also, Arbac stipendium, almost in every department, they also have this Arbac stipendium, and this is not something special, it's like basic. Promotion work in the literature projects, prose, poetry, drama, essay, once or twice a year, up to a maximum 1,500 for applications from January the 1st, 2023. So also it's about, you see, twice a year, so you have to be informed and to check when these deadlines are. Arbac stipendium illustration, support for illustrations, illustrators, children's and young adult literature, once a year up to maximum of 1,500 for applications from January 1st, 2023. So also it's not about only writers, it's about illustrators as well. So if you are illustrator and you want to apply for, just also check it. Reisestipendium, subsidy for travel and living expenses for stays abroad by Austrian authors and translators, or for stays in Austria by foreign translators. Maximum 3 months and monthly 1,500 euro per month. Also, I had received such a question from people if they found, for example, any program and they're interested to go there, but they have no financing possibility to go, if it's possible to apply for Reisestipendium. So yeah, it's possible. You can apply. You can ask for covering these expenses, but it should be something very valuable. And it's also not only about Austrian authors, it's also about people who are living in Austria. Just don't catch the words Austrian authors. Then go ahead. You see how many programs from literature. Werkstipendium. Promotion work on a large literature project, prose, poetry, drama, essay, at least 2 months, up to 1,500 per month for applications from January the 1st. Yeah, so it's like also one of the possibilities. Yeah, so it's like also the largest project. Stipendium, promotion work on literary projects, prose, poetry, drama, especially for young writers in the field of children's and young adult literature. 6 scholarships of 9,000 euro each per year, 1,500 per month, 6 months. I know personally the person who already applied to this program, and she already got it, and that's why I understand that it's real. It's this opportunity is absolutely have the result, and also the book already is written due to this program. And this author is also Ukrainian, and she finishing her work on the book. Next, music und darstellende Kunst. We are here, almost in the middle of the scholarships. Staatsstipendien for music und darstellende Kunst, recognition and support for the work of young artists, services, artistic development, and entry in the Austrian and international art scene. Up to 35 scholarships of 9,000 each per year. Yeah, so musicians are also very supported by Austrian government, and they are very interested to be integrated in Austrian field, international art scene. So keep in mind also for young artists as well, because I also know personally young artists who came to Austria and are living here, and they could also apply for this Staatsstipendium. Staatsstipendium for composition, promotion the compositional activity of composers, up to 20 scholarships of 18,000 each per year, 1,500 per month, 12 months. So this is for composers to create and to make something new. Yeah, composition stipendium for Einzelpersonen, promotion the compositional activity of composers. Particle financing, no fee assumption. Yeah, so it's like about. For example, there are stipendium that they are covering all the expenses, yeah. But also they are like part financing, yeah. This is So, for example, they can cover, they could be like a part of financing, yeah, or they can, because there are some projects that, and a lot of them, to be honest, that cover all the expenses, yeah, and sometimes they're like part expenses, yeah. So you also, when you are reading on the website this information, just check which kind of financing has this or that project. Yeah, go ahead. Then Reisens Stipendium for Music and Darstellende Kunst, promoting creative activity beyond one's own place of residence or cultural circle, establishing international cooperation and connections. Up to 10 scholarships of 4,500 each per year, the 3 months residency scholarships, but must be applied for in the year of submission. I think last week or even this week, one of the musician was asking us, the Minister of Culture, is it possible to cover his expenses, Reisen, yeah, expenses for being like a resident in one project or a master class, yeah, and so this opportunity exists if there is a very valuable event, or it's a residency, or it's something very special for musicians and etc. The Ministry of Culture could cover these expenses, yeah, and pay for the residency. Next, stipendium for dance and performance. Funding to develop new concepts and projects, as well as to research, design, and prepare artist projects, up to 10 scholarships of 4,500 each per year. The 3-month scholarship must be taken up in the year of submission. So yeah, in the Department of Music, there are Darstellende Kunst, so dancing and performance is also here. Also keep in mind when you are scrolling and surfing the website. Yeah, the website is a little bit not easy, but when you've like once understand how it works, then it's very easy for looking all the programs. Yeah, we are already in architecture. Continue. Start stipendium for architecture, recognition and support of the work of young artists, facilitating the implementation of the artist project and entry into Austrian and international art scene. 10 scholarships of 9,000 euros each. 1,500 year per month, 6 months. So as you understand, and we tried to explain that this is basic Staatsstipendium for young artists to apply. Hans Hollein Project Stipendium for Architecture and Design. Since 2016, 2 Hans Hollein project grants in the field of architecture and design have been awarded annually established. 2 scholarships of 9,000 euro each per year, 1,500 per month, 6 months. So as I told before, this is special project. It's Hans Hollein, then we will say about another one. So just be patient which new projects or which projects appear in the website. Teacher Stipendium program, promoting young aspiring architects through professional practice in a smaller, internationally well-known architectural firms. Up to 5 scholarships of 11,100 each per year, 1,850 per month, 6 months. So it means that there are companies like architecture company, firms that could also have the practicant or young architecture, who can work there and receive money for this kind of work. Then we Volkskultur, Circus and Cabaret. This department also calls cultural initiative, I'm so sorry, Initiativen, Museum, Volkskultur, Circus and Cabaret. It's more wide, but in this field, in this department, there are a lot of programs that are not suited for Ukrainian artists themselves, like private person who could apply for the program. That's why here are programs where you personally could apply. Cultural management, Staatsstipendien im Bereich Kulturmanagement, Auslandsstipendien im Bereich Kulturmanagement. Scholarships I awarded in the field of cultural management. I know a lot of organizers of events, of some culture, not institutions, but like people who are making something, yeah. And they are also like person who wanted to do something and realize their project. They are looking for support, financing support. So this cultural management program, Staatsstipendium, is super, super cool for you. Just keep in mind and apply for this project, for this stipendium. Artstipendien im Bereich zeitgenössische Circus. This is for circus. It's very, I think, narrow field. Be honest, I have never ever met yet circus artists in Wien, but maybe I don't know personally a lot of people, but yeah, this also exists. The circus funding program supports projects and productions that blend circus with acting, dance, music, and other art forms. It also offers work grants in the circus field. So if you're a circus artist or you want to make a project, realize something, you could also apply for Artstipendien. And average list of documents for scholarships. As I told at the very beginning, that it's very, very, very average. So each stipendium have their own conditions, yeah. But like the base of these conditions are here. Online funding application. This is the first. We will go through it later. Project description, there is no something special, so it's absolutely due to you. How do you present and how do you prepare this project description? But my advice is really to be very clear. When it's it could be shorter is better, but very, very clear, without any water, because nobody will really read it and to make a fantasy of your project themselves. Just be clear, put there any maybe illustrations if it's something according to the visual art, or if it's about performance, or it's about something that you want to present. Be very clear. Portfolio. A lot of people mixed up portfolio and CV. This is separate things. Portfolio, it's the works and something that you have made before, your skill, yeah, what you realized already, yeah, what you made. And CV, it's it's like the list of your experience, but without without visual information. Yeah, it's more about yourself, about you. about date of birth, place of birth, information about citizenship, about your education, about your background. I'm really happy to read the CVs where you also write down experience that you got here in Austria. It's really very valuable. Just also keep in mind that any information, maybe you are not a student, but you are like a free student, a free listener, yeah, in the university. It's also good to know that you are in the market in Austrian field. Information on education. If applicable, education, university class, professors, and previous artistic and professional activities. This that I have told that it's very important to know where have you studied. Maybe if you had an experience here, just keep in mind, and it's really valuable. And Meldezettel. Then we truly understand that you are living here and you have all the necessary documents, and it's like a proof that you are you're permanently or already integrated in Austria. So here, our first part of presentation is done, and we are moving to the next step. It's projects. As you see, in the scholarships, there were more, I think, programs and opportunities. In projects, they're a little bit less, but depending on which fields. For example, in architecture, you see it's one project. In building Kunst, like 3, yeah. But in film, it's already more than in scholarships, etc. So yeah, keep in mind. Architecture, Einzelvorhaben architecture, yeah, support for individuals, associations, for exhibitions, projects at home and abroad, applications, grants for travel and transport costs, particle financing. So it's also particle financing. I also mentioned it because it's very important. Then you understand how and what could be covered. Next, building Kunst. Einzelvorhaben, support for individuals, associations, for exhibitions and projects at home and abroad, and support for publications, partial financing. As you see, it's also support of individuals and associations. So it's very important information when you are scrolling and surfing the website and you see that only institutions can apply, for example, yeah. And here you see only for individuals. Here the presentation today is about individuals. So here you can apply for exhibitions, which is and projects, which I think the most actual thing for Ukrainians, because a lot of Ukrainians who got already once or twice scholarships, they want to develop themselves, to create more, to grow, and that's why I think this program is an ideal chance as well. Inland ateliers, it's allocation of studios in Wien to visual arts, studio for rent-free use for 6 years. I think that this is a great opportunity for Ukrainian artists as well to work in studios in Wien when first, like, each of you really need the place, the space for create, for create, yeah, and for working, because not all of you could and can work at home. And it's I understand you for 100% that it's very difficult, really. and not to separate home and work. That's why this is a huge and wonderful opportunity for artists to work in studios, and but according to the competition, yeah. Yeah, so you can be the person who are working in a studio for 6 years, and be sure that next month you're not out of it. Ankaufe bildende Kunst und Photography. An application is only possible for one of the two categories, either fine art or photography. This is possibility to sell your works. But there are some conditions, and you can apply and just go to the website and read all the information, because yeah, there are special conditions for the prices, for the for a lot of things. So it's like you have to just to scroll it and to read the information. Then film. Film cultural Projekte. Funding is available to film institutions, individuals for film cultural projects at home and abroad. Partial financing. Mostly in film industry, there are mostly like partial financing. I have never ever seen that people only shooting or making movies only for one funding. Mostly it's about the couple of fundings, and that's why BMKÖS, Ministry of Culture, can be like a part of your financing. Drehbücher. Funding is available for screenplays of innovative feature films over 70 minutes. For shorter films, screenplay funding is a part of the production funding, maximum 10,000 euros. So it's about script, and it's about full length. But if you have like short films, so the funding are also less. So just so it's like about financing of working with the script. And I'm very proud, and I like this, that it's separately from literature there, that the script the script is separately from the literature, and it's like playwriting and script writing is a little bit different, and that's why it's my personal passion that it's separate. Projektentwicklung for Filmen. The project development of avant-garde and experimental films, as well as innovative animation, documentaries, and feature films is supported. Documentaries maximum 15,000 euros, from 70 minutes, less for shorter films. For feature films, maximum 25,000 euros, from 70 minutes, and in cooperation with the production company, less for shorter films. As you see here in our goals, it's written, all the conditions are written. So the document, вибачте, Людмила, виключите звук, будь ласочка. Людмила, ми вас чуємо. iPhone Людмила. Дякую. So here, documentaries could be financed without cooperation with other companies, but features are with the support, and all the conditions are written in the website, so you also can check it. Herstellung for Filmen. The production of avant-garde, and this is also very unusual thing for us, for Ukrainians, that avant-garde and experimental films are supported, so like when it's mass market film, and this is like, I don't know, blockbuster, and avant-garde or experimental movie, it's separately. It's great, I think so, because Never ever avant-garde or experimental films can be like with the competition of mass market movie. So it's great that they separated it. The production of avant-garde and experimental films, as well as innovative animation, documentaries, and feature films, is supported. For individuals, maximum 90,000 euros. For production companies, maximum 120,000 euros. Yeah, next. Projects, Literature und Verlagswesen. Tak. Finanzierung von Arbeitsbehilfe, financing of working aids. It could be computers, laptop, etc. for authors and translators. It's also wow, isn't it? Good to know, and I also put it in possibilities because it's also very needed. Residence program, Frederick Mayroke, program for poets from Europe and around the world, 5 scholarships per year with a duration of 2 months. The scholarships are endowed with 2,000 euro per month. It's residency, yeah. A lot of Ukrainian artists who came to Austria or who already had experience of working and creating residency, I think also a good opportunity for poets from Europe and all around the world. Then music and darstellende Kunst. Ja, Projektkostenzuschuss für Konzertveranstalter, Orchester, Musikensembles und Musiktheater. Support for Austrian concert organizations. I mean Austrian. It's also also people who are having allowance to live legally in Austria also could apply. Concert organizers, orchestras, music assemblies, and music theaters. Particle financing of the artistic program. Also, we had couple of applicants who asked us if there are any other programs for Ukrainian assemblies, yeah, or orchestras to apply for any other programs except Ukrainian, especially Ukrainian program. So it is. And then Volkskultur, Circus Cabaret. Kultura Initiative. The department supports cross-disciplinary cultural initiatives through annual and project funding. These initiatives focus on professional contemporary art and cultural creation, have super-regional significance, and are not adequately covered by traditional art disciplines. Also, a good opportunity for organizations because it's also a good possibilities for them to create and to organize events, yeah, and to continue annually exist and cover their payments. Circus. The Circus funding program supports the realization of projects and productions in this genre, which combines circus elements with acting, dance, music, and other art forms, and additional work grants are awarded in the field of circus. This also, like as in the scholarships, it was like individually, artists. But here you see the project and productions. So it's already when you are making a show or something with a circus topic. Cabaret, in the field of cabaret, work grants are awarded. So if you are working in the cabaret field, you also could apply. And Sonderprojekte. This is our beloved. Förderingen by Sonderprojekte. Financing of projects within the section's area of responsibility, they are not covered by other funding streams. So this is a special fundings that appears time to time, like in aid, could be aid like in Ukraine, it could be something special for fundings, some any other projects that could be could support artists. So it's like sometimes it's secret. I mean, not a secret. I mean, it's like unexpected thing. Yeah. So it's like a special fundings that are not supported with the previous programs. Yeah, which are not exist yet or something like Sonderförderung Ukrainian Hilfe, yeah, that existed since 2022. And the deadline of the last one was on the 30th of September. As Steffi told, that the program is still thinking how it will be next, what will be next. That's why we have written that in preparation. So keep in mind that, yeah, and check the website, check all the information that will be on the website. Well, if there is any special programs for Ukrainians in the future. And average list of the documents for projects. Online funding applications. This also, as I told you, we will go through later. Project description, portfolio. Project description also, if it's project, you also apply like a individual person, so it should be or curator, for example. Yeah, it also should be project description and portfolio of you, like the person who preparing it. CV with date of birth, yeah, the person who applies for the project also needs to send CVs with his or her information. With date of birth, place of birth, information on citizenship, information on education, etc., budget, and time schedule. This is, I think, also the difference between scholarships and project, that it should be must budget and time schedule, because yeah, when it's project, it's a quite different way of making reports. And it's in the projects, usually they have more expenses, and that's why it should be a correct budget with all the information. If it's partly financing, yeah, who gives you more money, or where you are planning to look for other fundings, and etc. And time schedule is also for understanding when the project is planning, where it's planning to be made, and etc. So it's like should be done. And online application. This it's not so terrible and awful as it's supposed to look like, because on the website you can find step-by-step information about how to apply this online application. You have two options. You can sign it by ID Austria if you have it. ID Austria is registered. You can register it yourself. It's not a big deal, be honest, but it can take time. And you can make a submission of affidavit. What is more correct? What it means? It means that you are printing the last page where it should be signature, sign yourself, and then send it like in attachment. So it's all like two options are possible, or electronic signature. Yeah, if you have like a stamp, it looks like a stamp. It's also like electronic signature. It also could be. But all the information, all your documents, everything it's not sent by email to BMKÖS Ukrainian Hilfe. It will be sent to the department or where you apply, and you will add all the documents here, like in online application. This is the hugest difference, and that's it. And it's not a big deal. It's not very terrifying. It's absolutely real. The main thing is to compress your files to the size is written on the website. So before I'm preparing this part of presentation, I also applied myself. Yeah, I was trying to make it myself and check if it's complicated or not. And believe me, I'm the person who not so well served in a very complicated thing, but for me it was easy, and that's why I'm really sure that it will be easier for you as well. So here are the windows, where you have to apply, like it's marked with a star, where you should apply all the information. Here on the first, you have to choose which department you are applying for. Here you have to choose what and how do you sign. Is it signed by electronic and via ID or not, and etc. So it's up to you. Again, Людмила, ваш звук, ми вас чуємо. Thank you. Then next, here you are writing as you are applying for the individual person, or you're applying like institution, or not institution, like verein. So here you have to, if you are like individual artist, you're choosing like a person individual. Then your information. Then where do you live in Austria? All the information, nothing special. Then only enter what applies. Yeah. If it's not needed, if there is no star here, you don't need to apply it if you don't want. Then next is also you see here it's like a steps you already done. Yeah, so you go there, and then Ausbildung. So you have to mention where did you study, which institution, which year, when you graduated from it, and etc. So nothing also special. Then next step, here you download all your documents. Please really see which size of the documents and which formats are supported. Yeah, PDF or Excels. Yeah, so you have to check this one. If it's Word but it's very compressed, it will not be allowed. Then just keep in mind that it's correct, the size maximum, and here with the stars have all the documents you need. And then control. Here you will see, for example, I mentioned myself, me, Daria Drichenko, date of birth, which I create, like I chose ID Austria, but you can sign it yourself. And here the next step and the last one is signature des Antrag. So as I told, you can sign with electronic ID Austria or affidavit. This is by your hand. Yeah, so you print the document, you signed it, you scan it, and then you send it. So here it's also all the information is written. And as soon as your document, your application has been received in the system, you will receive a confirmation of receipt by email. your application will be enclosed as a PDF document. And that's it. Thank you for your attention.